Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 7 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to add the floors on different area of this project. Like I said, we have a pool here, we have a grass, we have some pebbles, we have some slab, concrete slab for people to walk onto, and then we also have some deck. And of course for the house as well. We added the pool, and then now we're just going to add some curtain wall that will be our window, and then after that we're also going to add in our garage door. So for now, let's start with the garage door. So we're gonna go insert, load family, and then go back to the main, and then look for doors, and then go to residential, and then we have some garage doors right here. So I like using this because in Twinmotion I could put in different kinds of wood. Usually I use wood plank for this, so I like using this. So I'm gonna load that in. You won't be able to use your CM because this is a door family, it's a system family. So using CM won't do anything. So here I'm going to add this one. And then from here, we could edit the size of this. So right now it's 2400 by 2100. We can edit type. We could also duplicate, but I know we're just going to use this once. So from here, we could just edit. So I'm going to edit the width first, and then later on, once we created our design, we could change the height and whatever width. So for now, we could just add in the width. I'm going to estimate the size probably around 5,000, and then we could just keep on going once we have. So here, so 2 cars probably right here, but we could just add this one as storage area. So I'm gonna expand this more, not just 5,000. So click on edit type again. Maybe 6,000 would be sufficient. And then just moving it on this side. I think that looks nice. And then we could just add some storage right here. I'm just going to add in some lines just to represent the storages, or we could use something like this for the shelvings. So I could use this. So here I'm gonna go CS and then spacebar to rotate it, and then we could just add this one, some shelvings right here. So same idea, we could just add there. I'm gonna push it right to the edge right here, and then we could just create a copy after. So copy, multiple is already checked, and then grab it from the corner so that we could add it from the corner. So everything is connected. So we can just stop here for now. So like that. Also, I'm thinking of double doors here. So let's go back to insert, load family, and we're already in the door. So I want a glass door. So I think that one is perfect, this one. So click on open. Let's load the biggest that they have. 16, 17, and 18. And then, or let's add but we're gonna maintain the 2000. So 15, 16, 17, and 18. Let's just load that. Press OK. And then now, similar, it's a door family. We could just click it here. You can add now and then change, but you could do this as well. So let's add this one, something like that. And then I want an access from here as well. So I'm gonna delete this and then add in a door right about here so that you can still access the garage from here and also from the border um, area compound as well. So they could park it here, they could go outside instantly, and then here they could go inside from here. They don't need to go around. So that's the idea. And they can even go here and go here inside the dirty kitchen and then come here to the kitchen as well. So that looks nice. I like that we added the doors already to finalize the design. And then now we can add in some curtain wall, which will be our, so just click on wall. This will be our windows. So curtain wall. And then usually I add it from the inside. So this is perfect. I add it in the midpoint of the wall. And then right now I'm just going to add it. We could just add something like this, make it 500, and then add again one more. So we could just copy. We don't need to create, and then let's add it like that. And then here we could just move this one right here on the edge, and then we could add in some credenza table here. That will be nice with the windows shining in through. So that will be a nice addition. So go to insert, load family, and then go to storage. So go back to the main, look for storage. So furniture first, and then storage. There we go. And then we have the credenza here, and then click open. I don't know if it's already included there or here. We just load it. AL, add it there. Oops. And then AL again to go here. If you think it's too big, you could just edit and you can change the depth here. 550 perhaps is good, or just 500. There we go. So that's good enough. And we could just move this one and kind of center it. So now once they go out here, you can put in some design here, some vase, and then some another vase here to put in some keys and everything like that. So plants and then whatever, and then we could add in the light, the windows, and then obviously we're going to put this one above the shelvings right here, above the top, so that it looks nicer. And then I'm thinking we can add in some lights. So we could add a curtain wall right here as well. I'm gonna select that CS and then go to the midpoint, and I want it all the time to be, this is too much, so it will usually Revit will increase it all the way to the end, but we just need to pull it out like that. So that one's perfect. I'm thinking of adding somewhere here, and then we have it here as well. Inside the pantry it's not needed. In the kitchen we have a backsplash, so we can add something right here. So CS, just a small one, just to add in right here. We can add the pantry, but it's not something that is good because you want the elements to be um, guarded here, especially food. So I think we don't need to add it there. We can also add it here for the nook here. So I'm gonna CS again and then add it right about here. Flip it, or no, it's from the inside, so that's perfect. This one we don't need to add. I think we're good with this. We need to go to modify and cut geometry. And just remember where we added those. And that looks good. Sometimes I add one right here at the top of the wall. But it's up to you because this one is all the way to 2800, or right here just to have some light. So yeah, we could do this one right here. CS, add it from the top here. And that will look nice inside the garage. At least there's natural light coming in. So that's perfect. So this side won't have a lot of light, but this in this spot will be perfect. Let's go to 3D. By the way, this is the look of our kitchen. If you notice, there's a couple of information that are missing. What you need to do is just go to find and it will appear. So that's important to do, especially once we put it in Twinmotion. Here, we're going to set up the height first. Most of the time, I just estimated there's going to be 200 for the floor, for the top. So just roughly at the top there. And then after that, AL, I usually click on multiple align so that I just need to click on all of this. So that will be easier for us. And then here, and then right here as well. So that's perfect. I think that's about it for the additions of those. So now, here will be different. So, like I said, I want it to be like that. So, it's just above the top here. So, I'm going to do this one first. For this one, you could just pull it up and estimate it like that. Not too tall, not too high. And then this one is different as well because I want to pull it all the way at the top only so that we just have some natural light coming in. So that's perfect. And then from this one, we have one here. You could just pull it up like so. And I want this height to be the same height as the one we have right here. So I'm going to use AL. And then just add it like that. That's perfect now. We have some space here that we could add in a window, but that's something that you will decide if you want to. But for now, I think everything is good. We just need to pull this one down so that we don't hit the garage. It's fine as well, but it's something that I just want to notice. From the height perspective, it's okay because it's gonna be at the top or the ceiling part for the railings for the garage. So that's fine as well. Okay. And then now, like I said, we're going to add in the pull ladder. I will have it included. So here, I'm just going to add it from here. It's rotating, so that's fine. I usually add it right here. And then let's look at it at 3D. So like I said, it will be included. So this is perfect. If we check realistic, at least we could see what it looked like. So that looks good. Once we go to Twinmotion, this one should be going on this side. So 90 degrees, and then it will, the wood plank will be, the wood deck will be stating right here. And then we have some chairs that are good, and then we also have this. And then you won't be able to see the below, so I'm gonna make the water looks deep, and then I could show you guys that one on Twinmotion. And then here it will be pebble, and this one will be just simple concrete slab around. And then that looks good. What we could do is we could make this one beautiful. So for the stairs, what I usually do is I want it to be, so I'm gonna edit this. I don't want the stringers. So here, none, and then here, none. What will happen is this will disappear, and then I usually add the support. So select that, edit type, mid support. So I'm just gonna check that, and then click apply. Okay, it will have a mid support right there. Now I don't want the risers, so I'm gonna edit type, and then I think the riser is somewhere here. So here we need to go right about here. It will open again, and then the riser, just uncheck that. It will disappear. And then now we just need to make this one beautiful. So if you want it slanted, meaning it's slanted in the front, you can do that. So now if you click apply, you can see that this one is slanted. So you can uncheck that. And then the thickness, you can change the thickness of this. So from here, 500 to 100. Like that. And then if you notice the nosing length, usually the nose is this one. You can apply the length of that. So for example, if we put it and then just notice the nose. So those are the things that I usually change. And then for now, let's click on apply. I usually just remove this, the one from the inside. We could change this one to wall-mounted handrail. But if you notice, we have a dilemma here. We need to we need to maintain this and delete this part. So that's something that is going to be irritating, especially like that, deleting this one right here. So now we're just gonna maintain this one and then maintain this one. That's good for now. And then to change this, if you want You could put rectangular just to change thing up, or you could put in glass. So it's up to you, or you could do your own thing. So I could leave with this one. And then as you can see, there's a big difference in the look. So edit. I want to make this one thicker. So let me do that. The landing. So basically that's the landing. And then same as run. So uncheck that. So once you do that, you'll be able to change the thickness of the landing. So thread thickness, I want this one to be 500. Click apply. And then there you go. You will have its landing. Sometimes what you could do is you could have it all the way down, but actually 500 is too much. So what we could do is just connect everything like that. Actually, instead of 500, I want it to be more than that, around 700, I think. Because if you notice, the mid support around here is not connecting there. So now everything is connected, and then we have something that looks like this. And then if you want to change the materials, you can do so. So edit, you need to go here. For the landing, we want to change this to, let's do all concrete first, and then we can change that later on. So concrete, let's use something like that, random, apply, okay, and then everything is good. And then for the riser or the thread, we could just change this to materials as well. We could use the same thing, apply, okay. And then what else can we change? I think we have this one. Now the railing. So here I'm going to select that, edit type, and then for the material, we just need to look for this one right here. I think we need to go here and then change the baluster or those kind of stuff. This one is empty. And then this is the material, handrail type. So you can just change those and that will be fine. So click apply, okay, and then we have ourselves something that looks like this. And then we could just finalize the windows later on. Once we have an overall design, it's easier to set up all those stuff. Because sometimes when you have a design, you want to pull it inside, outside, so that you can put in the in place massing, those kind of stuff. So that's why I make sure that not to put it yet. Here I noticed that you then pull it up. So no, this one is the opening. It's just a wall opening, so that's fine. So this one looks good. So later on, we're gonna finalize everything, and once we have it, have the second floor and all the design. So thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.